All right, let's hop into what I think sort of spurred some of the news from this week, which was the BlackRock announcement about an Ethereum ETF. And the ETF is exchange traded funds, right? And so basically, somebody who's buying this ETF is betting on the success of Ethereum, right? And they're not the only ones to do this. I think there's like total of 9 companies trying to get this passed and approved. But even this announcement was just the filing of it, right? It wasn't that the SEC approved it. It's just the filing of it, but it shows the intent and it shows the belief and the support there. So I think that's what caused this rally. What were your initial thoughts when this news broke?
No, the same thing. I think I was scrolling through X when I saw the announcement that they were going to file. So I knew that that's what it was, and that's what created the hype. So I was waiting for it. I actually thought it was going to go higher than that, honestly, because
Yeah,
the hype for the Bitcoin one to get it approved, it's almost there. So I figure that because that announcement came out, I figure that the one for ETH would have been like skyrocketing even more.
yeah,
But
yeah.
what I'll tell you is too that everything is pushing up. So even the meme coins, like Doge, is up a lot in the last like few months.
Yeah, Doge is it was sitting at 8 cents earlier, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's pull up coin market cap and just kind of see who are some of the big winners for the past few days here. So let's make sure we're looking at the last 7 days. Bitcoin, sitting around 37,000. I think it started approaching 38, but it's kind of retraced a little bit to 37. But it's holding there, and Ethereum is holding right around 2,000, right?
Yeah.
Trying to break out a little bit, but it's I feel good that it's holding, right? So that's some confidence there. And you and I were texting about Solana. That Solana was just kind of skyrocketing. It like doubled in the last week.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't even look at the news for Solana. I knew that it was skyrocketing. I don't own any Solana. I did have Solana a long time ago, and then I sold it. But I didn't know what the hype was behind it. Do you know what it was?
I think it was this aligned with their conference, their news conference that happened last weekend or last week. And I think along with the pump, there was just some other good news about developments happening on their network. They have a bunch of great projects on Solana as well, and I don't own any either. There's a couple I want to. I'd love to get into the Clanosaurs and the Bodagos,
Yeah.
but I'm hesitant to start expanding into anything else right now. But yeah, there's a lot of positive things happening in Solana. A lot of community rallying behind it, and yeah, the support's been great. I think it was $8 in December. Last December was $8, and now it's $58. So it's nowhere near the all-time high. I don't think any of these coins are, but it's obviously heading in the right direction. So that's exciting.
That's exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, and Doge sitting at 0.078. So that's moving in the right direction. I haven't seen it. It hasn't been 10 cents in a long time, but we're getting there.
Yeah. Do you still have any Doge or no?
I do have some Doge. Yeah, I think if I look at like a dollar cost averaging, I think maybe it was 14 cents because I bought some higher. So I would need it to get over
No.
14 cents to feel like there was any profit there.
Yeah. When I bought in into Doge, it was at 0.0000 something. But then as I kept buying, it just kept increasing. So my cost average is probably like 0.01 or 0.001, something like that.
Yeah, I think I've
It's
shared
still
with you in
pretty
the
good.
past, but the very first time that I bought Doge, this was like more than 10 years ago, or maybe 10 years ago. I had converted a quarter of a Bitcoin into Doge, and this was like 2011 or something, 2010,
Yeah.
whatever year I think it first came out, and so I had like millions and millions and millions of Doge. But that site, I can never recall the name of it, but it just kind of rugged and disappeared. So I lost a ton of money off of that site.
Oh
I
gosh.
lost all my Bitcoin. I lost all my Doge that was on that site. I can't think of the name anymore. It started with a K. There was some class action lawsuit that I missed the time to
With
get
a
into it.
K. I don't remember.
I'll have to dig around because I am curious to see what happened with that. But I lost maybe a few $1 million at this point. I don't know. It was a lot. It was a lot of Bitcoin and a lot of Doge at the time.
And you just hate that when you have like all this and then all of a sudden, boom, it just crashes or you lose it.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, Doge had so many zeros in front of it at that point. It was just like a joke, and I thought, oh, what's a quarter Bitcoin at that point, right? Because I think Bitcoin was still under $100. So I was like, oh, what's a quarter of a Bitcoin? And turned out to be a lot. I made the wrong choice. Go figure. Go figure.
This keeps happening to you. I got to tell you, you got to just get those diamond hands in.
Yeah, I think whatever I say is the opposite of financial advice, right?
It is.
Whatever I'm doing is the wrong thing to do, so don't do that. Use that as your indicator.
Wow, look at Avalanche.
Avalanche was looking good too. Yeah, I think I saw something about them. I don't remember what the news was on that. Let's see if we can click into it and see what the news was. Coinbase announced it'll list two major altcoins on futures. Avalanche surges 31%. Price prediction. Yeah, I don't remember exactly what caused that. We'll have to dive into that a little bit, maybe for next week. But, for the most part, everything's up, which is great. It's not all-time highs, but it's going in the right direction, and sentiment is very positive. Everyone's saying, we're back, we're back, we're back. I don't know if we're back, but we're certainly better than we were 6 months ago, so I'll take that.
No, I think we're back. I think we're back. I think it's
we're
just.
back?
I think we're back. I just think it's more stable now. It's not much of a hype, so you don't see those really peak and valleys anymore.
Yeah.
So in another 3 years, I'm going to say that probably BTC will hit that 2 to 3 years. Will hit that all-time high again.
You think it'll take that long? I don't think it'll take that long, actually.
Yeah, I think it'll take that long.
Yeah.
I don't think the ETFs are really going to push it that much. I honestly don't think so.
The only thing I can think is that people have an incentive for even more incentive for the price to go up, because maybe they own the asset or they own the ETF. They'll want the price to go up.
That's possible.
So who knows?
I don't know. We'll see.
Other businesses dive into it. But, Bitcoin, there's a number of companies that have filed for that as well. So there's definitely a lot of support outside the Web3 space. These financial, these TradFis, these traditional finances. They clearly believe in it. So I'm excited for that. And I think back to that chart that you and I looked at a number of weeks ago, where it was like just every 4 years in Q4, things just skyrocket. And we're seeing it. It's not there as to the same extreme we've seen it in the prior cycles, but we're not in December yet. And we've seen some crazy things happen in December, right? That's where we've seen those all-time highs for XRP, for ETH, for Bitcoin. So I'm excited to just kind of sit on the sidelines and see what happens over the next,
almost 45, 60 days. It's almost the same trend. I mean, I think that I think that the trend is just going to continue, because we saw it on the chart. It just continues to happen. So
yeah, it was almost like clockwork, and here we are again, proving the same cycle.
Yeah. Don't forget that the Bitcoin halving is coming soon. So
yes, the Bitcoin halving is coming soon. I know there's only a few of them ever in the life cycle of Bitcoin, but some people say that that's baked in, right? Like the value that comes out of that creates the increased scarcity is already baked into the price. That's already accounted for with the current price. But I think it'll still have an impact. And it's weird to think about all the halvings that will happen, that we won't be alive for some of them. That it's like, Bitcoin, of course, Bitcoin will outlast our lives, but to think that the process will still be going on after we're dead.
Listen, all you got to know is that if I wear my Bitcoin shirt, it means we're good.
We're good. All right.
We're going up.
That's a good sign.
If you don't see me wearing the Bitcoin shirt, there's a problem.
All right.